Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my live stream. It is Sunday. God made today, right? And He made every day special. Just waiting for maybe one person, two, three, I don't know how many will be stopping by, but I'm just waiting. I just want to say welcome to each and every one of you. And if you're watching the rewatch, the rerun, the replay, welcome. It's Sunday. It is Sunday. If you're watching the rewatch, the rerun, so of course today I'm doing a live, and this live session will have a panel, right? So persons are able to click on the link that I will eventually drop in the chat and be able to come onto the panel. You have an option where you can have your face, your background, your face showing, or you can choose the option to stop your camera if you don't want the world to see your face. Although I want to see your face, so please do not stop the camera, okay? But it's up to you. You can just, speak if you just want to speak. Option is there. So welcome once again. It's good to have you. It's Sunday. How is your Sunday going? You don't cook up the rice and peas and it's traditional rice and peas and something, chicken or oxtail or curry goat or some fish, something. That's traditionally what we cook in Jamaica. Or even if you're not in Jamaica anymore, that's traditionally what Jamaicans cook. And I say traditionally because it's traditional. Yeah, it doesn't mean that everybody does it, but it's somewhat, traditional, cultural, whatever, to have rice and peas and chicken and all different types of vegetables. On Sunday, I know this girl. Oh, she's a lady now, but back then she was a girl to me. But she was older than I was, and she said to me, before me not eat rice and peas on Sunday, I rather not eat nothing from Thursday. So that's simply saying that from Thursday come Friday, Saturday, she rather don't eat no food and save the money so she can buy, ingredients to make rice and peas and chicken. And every Sunday was the same thing, rice and peas and chicken with some, and the chicken was always chicken breast. Or we did always get chicken breast, I don't know. But there was always some chunky pieces of fried chicken with, the rice and peas, and the vegetable is usually sweet corn or some mixed vegetables. But it was always rice and peas and chicken on a Sunday. So that's traditionally what we do on a Sunday, in Jamaica. Doesn't mean it's what everybody does, but it is traditionally that. Okay, don't hesitate to drop your comment to let me know that you have logged in, say hello. Don't just stay in the bushes, say hello. Yeah. So welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to talk about how powerful are your words. Hey, Janelle, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to drop the link in a minute, okay? Just giving it some time to run first while I talk other stuff. You know, I'm not talking, right? So, in Jamaica, traditionally, we come out on a Sunday. We come out very strong on a Sunday, extremely strong. We come out on a Sunday. And let me see what are some of the traditions I can remember from my home. Um, with my grandmother being in the house, at a very early age. She left when I was young, so it was rice and peas and a whole heap of different kind of meat. That's just my grandmother. And then when my grandmother left and it was my mom, I don't think she really cared much for every Sunday eating rice and peas and chicken. And so I eventually got used to just food, whatever food was cooked on a Sunday, and what we eat. We were not tied culturally or traditionally to that, you know. And so even my adult life, like today, what me eat today? Watermelon, mango, banana, apple, more watermelon, banana, apple. I only had one mango, so only one me eat, but I had a whole, maybe more than a half of a watermelon today so far, you know. So for me, it doesn't matter what I eat on a Sunday. It doesn't matter what I eat on any day. I just eat. And I guess that's conditioning. That's what my mother did. She just gave us what she had. Some Sundays was porridge. And you had a choice. Cornmeal, oatmeal, um, banana, plantain, corn, rice, different options of porridges. Or she just say, I don't feel like I want to cook today, I feel like I just want to fry some ripe plantain or something like that. And then that's it. We just eat whatever is provided. And it's the same way I have conditioned my child. You eat what is provided. You don't go out, and if you don't get rice and peas on a Sunday, you feel as though you can't eat. How about you, Janelle? Are you the type where you have to eat rice and peas on a Sunday? Have to. Like, you rather not eat nothing than not eat rice and peas? Hmm? I'm gonna bring you up in a bit. I'm just gonna figure out how to get this link thing going. Yeah. I know how to do it now. I know how to do it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Just copying and sharing my link. So, you know how I'm always so excited about my books. I mean, you'll be seeing this book like a million times because I don't just read a book and then forget the book. I'm always going back to the book because I feel like after you read something the first time, you may not get everything that you want to get at that time. But, you know, further on, you may be reading and this is in the book. Never did see this. You know, that's how I read. I will always go back, you know, keep going back to books and stuff. So once again, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for, you know, sharing your time with me. I really do appreciate it. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I promise you it's always going to be fun and excitement and a lot of positivity on this end. And I welcome, you know, your comments. I welcome your participation. I welcome, you know, just your presence, being with me on my live streams or just watching my videos and sharing them and connecting with the content that I'm sharing, right? So thank you so much again for joining me. I know it's Sunday. It's Sunday, right? Everybody put them rice and peas. So, oh, I like this. I'm just going to read just a piece. Janelle, if you're here, let me know so I can drop the link because after a while it times out and you won't be able to get on using the link that I'm gonna, you know, drop. So let me know if you're here. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you coming on. I do appreciate you coming on. So I'm going to read just a little excerpt from the book, Did the Right Sperm Win? I'm not going to read the entire story. I'm just reading something that my eyes caught. And I remember very well what the story was about. But it's quite a long story. So I'm just going to read the excerpt, right? So it says, does your age hold you back or prevent you from doing things you would like to accomplish? Does your age hold you back or prevent you from doing things you would like to accomplish? Age is just a number and should never really define you as a person. Age is just a number and should really never, ever define you as a person. Oh, Janelle, is this like delayed? Like it's delaying because I asked if you're here a long time ago. So that means you may want to refresh your page so that you're current with what's happening. Just refresh, just come out and then come back in. I guess you'll eventually get this part of it if you're not on, you know, immediate live. So let me start over. Does your age hold you back or prevent you from doing things you would like to accomplish? Age is just a number and should never really define you as a person. There are numerous individuals who achieve at what many would consider middle or old age. On the flip side, there are also young people who have already accomplished more than others would in a lifetime. What if these success stories had lived by the number on their birth certificate instead of what they felt inside? Start working towards your dreams today. Stop and check where you are today, then reflect on where you were 1 year ago. Have you made any positive steps towards accomplishing all your goals? Now fast forward to a year from now and decide what you need to accomplish and start moving. Not tomorrow, not next week, no. Stop, check, reflect, and then go. Remember, if you want to be a millionaire and put just $1 in your savings account, you no longer need a million. Now you only need 999,999 to become a millionaire, right? So a lot of persons are stagnant because of age. Like you consider yourself, oh, I'm too young to achieve that, or I'm too old to achieve that. No, age is just a number, and it's what's inside. It's what you're telling yourself, which will take us back to the topic at hand, whether or not you whether or not words have power. You know, whether or not words have power. Janelle, as soon as you go out and you come back in, just let me know, okay? What are you telling yourself today? What are you telling yourself? Do I have my earphones? No. All right, so I'm just gonna step away for a minute, just a second, okay? Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for coming back on my live. I appreciate your presence, I appreciate your time. You know, I appreciate your support. Yes, I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate you for just showing me some love, you know? I do appreciate it. So, okay, Janelle, I'm gonna drop a link, okay? I'm gonna drop a link, Janelle, and you just click on that link and it should take you in. I mean, you're gonna have to wait in the waiting room. You're gonna have to wait in the waiting room, but just click on the link and then I'll let you in.
Great
Oh,
Sunday,
hi.
everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Miss Baby Daughter.
You're welcome. It's good to have you, girl. It feels like we're so close to each other, like, we're just next door. Yeah, that's
I
how it
know,
feels.
right? It's such a beautiful day here in Jamaica.
Awesome. Good. I hear it's very hot.
Yes,
True.
but it's beautiful outside.
Well, that's good. That's very, very good. Make sure you're keeping hydrated. You're drinking your fluids or you're having a lot of fruits because I tend to
Yes,
have
I'm having a
Parkinson's.
lot of water.
Oh, I have the argument with persons all the time when they talk about um, taking in liquid like water, 8 glasses of water or 10 glasses of water. And I always say, you know what, do whatever works for you because my body just doesn't ask for water once I have a high diet of fruits and vegetables. Because the truth is, fruits and vegetables really do have high water content. They're
Yeah,
made
you
of
get
like
water from the
maybe
fruits.
90% water. So yeah, because of that, now my body has so much water that it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't feel dehydrated. I don't crave for normal water. No, I'm not saying I don't drink normal water, but once my diet has the enough fruits and vegetables, we just come back and go for water.
Just even watermelon. You get a lot of water from watermelon.
Girl, I had more than a half of a watermelon today. More than a half.
I bet you enjoyed it.
Yes, it's so refreshing, and I made sure that it was in the refrigerator. So every time I went for it, it was just cool and nice. And I ate something yesterday that burned, scorched the roof of my mouth. So I had the
Oh,
watermelon like a soother. Every time
that
I put
would
it,
be
yeah,
that
it
would
was
work
so good.
perfectly because it's so full of water and it's so soft and nice.
I'm telling you, it's
Perfect
awesome.
texture.
And it's good too. I tell people, I feel like a little mini dietitian, mini whatever, just for myself, not for anybody else. But I always tell persons, if you feel like you're coming down with the flu, like you're having a maybe runny nose or your eyes burning you, try watermelon. Try watermelon as medication.
Yeah, it's gonna be a vitamin C boost in your system, so it kind of knock it out of the park.
I tell people that all the time, all the time. If I ever feel sick, we just eat a whole heap of watermelon. I mean, I'm naturally like a fruit eating person, but watermelon, it is just my go-to medication. Trust me.
Yeah, my son love watermelon. If you give my son watermelon, you give him the world.
You see, you have a good son. He knows what's good for his body.
Oh yes.
He knows what's good for his body. But it's so good to have you. Trust me, it's good to have
Thank you
you.
for having me
Uh,
today, Miss Baby Data.
you're welcome. I miss the beach, girl. I miss the
Oh
beaches.
God. And
I
then
miss.
guess what? They're closed in Jamaica right now because our prime minister wants to stem the spread of the virus.
Oh, by the way, don't call the name of it, okay?
Yeah, I don't. No, I just said the virus.
Yes, I'm just telling you because YouTube has a way of they don't want you to call the
I know.
name
I
of the
know.
virus, so I don't go calling it. Um, yeah.
So
Look here, go put on clothes. Wait, clothes. Go put on clothes for my life.
I'm
And
down
let
here.
us
I'm down
forget.
here. I'm staying
Let
down
us
here.
forget. You have a way of putting the camera on something. I think like you're able to like look. I'm gonna show you what you can do. Like
Tell you what,
me.
I'm not moving again.
See, I stop my camera, right? So you have the way of stopping
Okay.
the camera if you're getting up
Oh yeah,
or
you can turn it off like this.
right.
Yes.
And you can also do it to the sound. Maybe somebody's talking to you because I'll do that too. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to somebody, I just mute the sound so that
Yes.
we don't get interrupted. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You're too sexy for the camera, girl. Jesus, is it that hot?
Oh yes.
Oh my God.
I'm
Okay,
actually still
so
in my little PJs. That's it.
oh, you're still in a PJ?
Yeah.
It hot dead man, it hot bad. It hot bad. Before you came on, I was reading an excerpt from this book which was talking about how
Age.
persons allow their ages to affect, their goals. Like older people be like, oh, I'm too old for this. And then younger people be like, we still have
I
enough
got a lot of
time.
time. Like I have a lot of
Yes.
time.
And we don't realize how much we don't have time. We just don't have time.
Because it
Time is
doesn't
just
wait on
gone.
us. It's keep going.
And before you know it, you get caught up doing other things. And, the opportunity for you to accomplish something at this point, you say, oh, I have time. And guess what? That opportunity just never seems to come back.
And you know what I always
Just,
say? People stop getting wait till they're rich to wait till they're old to achieve certain things. It's 2020. Persons are doing things in the now. They want to get it now. We're having millionaires at age 20.
yeah,
We have persons
that's the way
having their
forward.
dream house at age 20.
And look at me. I'm not too old, but I'm
No.
old. I'm not too old, but I'm old. I can't believe I'm so old.
It was
Anyways,
like
I
this
tell
lady
myself
who
that
went
next year.
got a bachelor's degree when she was 85. So she thought that she wasn't too old to go to college.
Well, I guess everybody has what they want, their goals and their aspirations. I don't know if I'm going to be wanting, you know, but I'm happy for her or him because, it's all personal. Like your endeavors should be personal to you. And if, for example, something held you back from achieving a goal today, sometimes young ladies, they get pregnant or they drop out of school and they have to go start working and stuff like that, or young men drop out of school, them parents can't afford it or whatever, and they're just going through life like they must have bones like a ball through life, no
Yeah.
foundation.
And they think that's the end of the road. They think this
Yes,
is the end of the road. But it's not.
it's not, and that's why I applaud them so much when eventually they do it. Eventually they say, listen, I have to get a group now. I always wanted this bachelor's degree, so I'm going to go for it, even at age 85. It's
Yes.
your personal achievement. It's your, that feel. I can't even describe the feeling that pride, that proud moment, so to each his own.
And I know that at that age, it's not about career path, it's about self-fulfillment. Her having satisfaction to say that I did go
Yes.
to college.
Hmm. You're
So
right.
it's all about self in fulfillment of what you had promised yourself.
You're right. You're so right. I don't even listen. The way all this camera set up, I don't know if I'm looking at you. I don't know if I'm looking at the words. But just right now. Just don't pay me any mind if you see me looking weird, a bush. I don't know where to focus. I've never been able to do it. Once I'm using the laptop, I'm not able to focus. I don't know where I'm looking.
Yeah.
But if I'm using the phone, I'll be fine. Yeah. So, before we get into the meat of the matter, which, this topic is something that we can talk about forever. And there is no end to it because I don't think persons realize how powerful words really are. I
They
don't
are.
think we realize how powerful words are. And so today's discussion, Jenny, which I'm so happy that you decided to be a part of, is how powerful our words.
Yeah, very powerful, I can tell you.
Yeah, how powerful our words. And I in the topic of the live, I said, what are some of the lies you tell yourself? And I said that because I feel like our greatest, biggest lies about us come from us.
Yes, they're from us.
Yes, the biggest lies about us come from us. They are like some of the lies we tell ourselves. Oh, I can't achieve this. I can't
Yeah.
pass the test. I can't do 10 push-ups. I can't do 2 laps. I can't do this. These are all lies.
They're all
I'm not
lies.
good enough. You know, I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not fat enough. You know, I'm not strong enough. I'm not this enough. Why do we continue to tell ourselves all these lies?
Because we convince ourselves that we can't do it. We convince ourselves that it's true. When it's the
I,
fact that we're too weak to try.
and that's another thing we tell ourselves, that we're too weak. You know, all these lies, all these, and then the more we tell ourselves these things,
The
the
more we
more it
start believing
becomes
them,
true.
they
Yes,
manifest
that's true.
eventually. The more we're telling ourselves that, it manifests. And
True.
manifestation is a hell of a thing.
Because you put it out there in the universe, you know, and
Yes.
like I feel like your mind works with a magnetic field. Like it works. If you keep telling yourself that you are fat, no, let me not use that word because people get very offended with that word. You keep telling yourself that you are um,
Not
unhealthy.
brown enough.
Yeah, you're not good enough. I'm not good enough. You know, I'm just not good enough. I just can't do it. I'm just not good enough. You keep telling yourself that. I feel like little vibrations go out into the universe and then it gets attached to other persons who are also telling themselves that they're not good enough. And soon enough, you start meeting these persons. Soon
Yeah,
enough, your
because
entire circle become the persons who also telling themselves that they can't do it. They're not good enough.
exactly. Because
And
I'm
then
a
you
big
become,
believer in the power of the universe.
mhm.
I believe in the universe. I don't know about nobody else, but I believe in the universe. What you feed it is what it gives back out.
I agree. I totally agree. I believe in it too. I
And
absolutely believe
if
in
you
it.
push it, it push back.
Absolutely. 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 And that's why it's so important not to keep feeding yourself with the negative words, man. The negative words, OMG. Let me tell you, nothing annoys me like a negative. Listen, I'm not perfect, and there are times I'll feel down or a little bit depressed or frustrated about something, and I mean come off negative. But I am not a negative person. I'm not normally the person who is I can't. Me not go try. Me not think this will go work. I'm not that kind of person. I'm very optimistic, you know, very out there. But I cannot continue to associate myself with persons who are constantly negative. Like that's their whole aura. Like they walk into a room and according to Les Brown, them immediately can develop like some old film, camera film. Because they're
Yeah,
so
you can feel their
negative.
energy. You can feel their
Yes.
energy.
Why associate yourself with those kind of people?
Yeah, I used to say, I always, my grandparents say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And I used to say, that's
Yeah.
a lie. But
Yeah.
it's true.
It's not
If
fear.
your
Yeah. I
friends
used to say
are
it's not
negative,
fear.
if your friends are negative, you're going to become negative too.
Yes, yes. I used to say it wasn't fair for them to judge us like that because we could be the different one. But the more, you know, I thought about it and, you know, being, you know, more mature and stuff, it is true. You become them. It's
Exactly.
harder for 10 persons to become you than for you to become them. It's easier for you to become negative because you have 10 persons that are only being negative than for you,
Yes.
the only positive one, to change the 10 persons into being positive people.
Because you have
You
10
know, so
people
it's
saying it and you're the only one saying positive, after a while, you're going to start believing that you're wrong.
yes, it is true. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Today I have Janelle on the chat, on the panel, and we're talking about, you know, the power of words. You know, some of the lies that we've been telling ourselves, what we can't do, what we're not good enough, and we're not going to try, it don't make no sense, we're too old to try, we're too young to try. All these things that we continue to tell ourselves that they're not true at all. They're not true. And how whatever you say, whatever you think, because you don't even have to say it. You just have to think it. And I feel
Exactly.
like your thoughts are almost more powerful than what you say, you know, because you're convincing yourself and you're having that discussion with yourself and you're fighting with yourself about certain thoughts, especially negative thoughts. And then you just, you know, it starts manifesting into the world, into the universe, and then these things start coming back at you. So
Yes.
it's like you're a magnet. You're a magnet to whatever you put out. You will not see a magnet attract a plastic piece of plastic. No, it's gonna attract iron because that's the balance. So if you keep putting negative things out there, negative things then come back to you. It's just the law of nature. You put out, you
Exactly.
get back. You put out, you
It,
get back.
it's like back when I had a bar. I used to own a bar back then. And when you have bars, you have these hot girls that come around that hot girls. And there were a few girls that never work a day in their life, but they party every night, their nails well done, their hair well done. And I was curious. I was like, why can't I live that life? How is it they're able to do that and I have to work so hard? I would love to live like that because that was my environment. It was my friends were ones who did not work. So I felt like I need to be one of those that do not work. But until I found out what was really, because that's why I said don't grudge people, because you never know their story. You never know their lifestyle. Don't grudge people. What they have to do to get what they get.
To get what they have. It's
Yeah.
true. That's very true. That is so true. And
Because when I found out the
mean,
real
all of
truth
us.
about it, nope, I didn't want to be those girls.
And you see, the next thing this is how powerful words are too. The next thing you end up jobless, not have no income, and end up like them. And guess what? You're going to end up like them, having to do what they are doing. That's how powerful words are. In a jiffy, that could have happened to you where you lose your job and you're no longer, employable, and that's the lifestyle you start living. So words are extremely powerful.
Yeah, but guess what? I found out the truth about what they had to do to maintain their lifestyle and what it is.
Yeah, but
I just eventually realized early.
The way how words are powerful. In a minute, you could have lost what you had just because you wished you had their lifestyle. But it's good
I could
that
have
you
locked down my
found out
bar.
before.
I could have locked down my bar and stopped doing my business and decided I'm gonna go rogue.
Yeah, and rogue you would have been doing. One time I have so many. Every time I come on this live and I have a topic, I have stories to back them up. I used to go to I used to leave home 6:30 every morning, between 6:25 and 6:30 every morning to walk to the bus stop. And every morning I would pass the same people. The same people every morning I would pass going down. And you're a child, so good morning, you're gone. Good morning, you're gone. You're coming back home, you say good afternoon. Anyways, this one woman, no matter how I say good morning, the woman would never answer me. And then I start to think, am I not speaking loud enough? I know sometimes I can be soft spoken, but everybody else hear me and answer me. Plus, as an adult, you knew as an adult then. So if one pitney walk past and I say good morning, you need to drop that pitney there. That's the era I grew up in. Today it's different. But
it's the same way I grew up.
You say, wait, I mean, you sleep last night, or your jaws are squeezed, or something to that effect.
Oh yes.
And I always pass this lady and I always say good morning, and she would never respond. And then one time I wonder if she deaf. She must deaf. So me not take it personal because maybe she deaf and she not hear me. But then I realize that she not deaf. One day I pass her again and I say good morning and she not answer. And as there is the heavens, me said to myself, say you shouldn't just drop. And by the time I said the word drop, I'm go so she was down on the ground.
It's the power of words. It's the power
I said she was
of
down on the
words.
ground and I laughed my way right to school.
It's a power of words. That wasn't nice though, Miss Baby Data. And some Miss Baby
nice.
Grow.
No, and it's such a grooming, but listen now. That was then. I know better now not to wish bad for people. But just the fact that I kept saying good morning to this woman and she wouldn't respond to me. And eventually when I thought she couldn't speak and then we find out that she can't talk, that means that she can't hear me. And I said, good morning, you don't have no manners. She don't drop. I'm not sorry. No, sorry.
It's a power of words. It's a power of words.
Yes.
Miss Baby Data, power of words.
That is just one of my things. And I pass her every other morning and I still say good morning.
And you know, that could easily
I still say
discourage
good
you
morning
from
because
saying good morning. That could easily make you feel like, you know what, me not tell nobody morning again.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But true me know I say me wouldn't want nobody who know my mother because say me walk past them per road and I say good morning, me dare not do that. You
And
know,
back
even
then,
coming to
people could beat you. Back then, persons in the community could wish you properly. Back then, they don't
and
have to
you
be your
go and go send
mother,
out, you
nor
get
your
an ex.
auntie or your uncle. Anybody could beat you. You
Yeah,
find Jamaica would say whopping.
fine, who up in. And you think you go and go tell nobody say you get beaten. Go and go tell who you want the
You
next
get one more.
lashing.
You get one more.
Right, those days are so done. Like the way how I grow my son, if somebody were to do that to him, I wouldn't feel offended if he passed his place, as a child. What I would be concerned about in this day and age is the excessive force and abuse. Like I wouldn't want anyone to abuse my child. I wouldn't want
Exactly.
nobody to feel. But if somebody had to say to him, stop him on the street and say, hold on there, did you just pass me and not say good morning? Did you just pass me and not say good morning? You know, who is your parent? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Then I wouldn't have no problem with it. I
not a
wouldn't have a
problem.
problem with it. Because me know how me grow my child. And anytime him go there and do otherwise, then guess what? He needs to be reprimanded. You understand? It's just
Yes.
the beating. Hold on 1 second. Um, yeah, so I took a phone call there. Thank you for staying.
So it goes back to say, if you keep on having friends that are negative constantly, because that's the same reason I left the community I grew up in. The community I grew up in is that nobody worked. The young girls leave school, have a baby, have two baby, and that's the same cycle repeat. Nobody goes to work. And I was afraid that if I stayed in that community, I would feel like that's the norm and that's okay. So the moment I finished high school, I'm out because I didn't feel I need to be around such environment where nobody grow in the community.
Mm-hmm. You see,
Adults living in their parents' house just the same. Nope.
cycles are very um um can't find the word, but cycles are like shackles. I feel like cycles are shackles. They hold you down. And when you feel a need to carry on a cycle or carry on a tradition, then that becomes a shackle. Now, I'm very liberal and know all the nice words and say, I don't really stick to tradition or culture much. Not that I don't like my culture or my tradition or anything like that, but anything that doesn't add value to me, it doesn't mean that because it's a part of the Jamaican culture that I need to be a part of it. And it seems to be a part of the Jamaican culture for a lot of young women to have up them pitneys and for the men to have up enough different baby mothers and for who now work and to do whatever. No, I don't want anybody to get me wrong. It's not it's not something that is automatic for every woman. I'm not saying that, but especially in some communities or some families, in some families, that
Yes.
is just cycle is just a tradition. When you look, your grandmother did have 10 pitney and everybody lived in that one house there. She have 10 pitney, ten of them come out have four pitney each. And
In the
everybody
same
stay
house.
in one house. And I wonder, oh that. And then them come again the next third generation and I say, how And sometimes yes, them belong on an extra room or whatever, but they still end up, so many of them, in the same environment. Nobody's trying to say, I don't want a life there. I don't want bungalow. I know 40 leg when 40 leg are breed up. I don't want bungalow, so I want to go out there. I want to see the world beyond this home, this that I know, this house. I want to see the world beyond this. I'm
I
want to go out
always
there
say,
and make a change.
I always say when bird get flooded, them fly. So whenever I become an adult, I need to leave mommy and daddy house and go on my own, go out there and make my own dreams, my own
Mm-hmm.
life, see what I want to see of the world.
True. I totally
Mother have,
agree.
father have, blessed be the child who has his own.
Of their own. Yeah, totally agree.
I'm not
Totally
against people
agree.
having kids, but as long as you have these kids, but you still continue your life and grow, nice, have a career path, go to work, do something meaningful with your life, you can have your kids. But if you have these kids and you stay stagnant, just having kids, like that's your sole
Having
purpose
them
on
and
earth.
then
Nope.
exactly, and then automatically you pass off that stagnation on your children, because if your children see that you're not elevating, you're not trying to accomplish nothing, all you do is just have the all we saw. Then them feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Whereas me say, if it come from grandparents and whatever, them feel like that's how it's supposed to be. God bless that one or two who will say, you know what, it's a lifestyle here. No, sir. I have to rise above this. And then when them rise above certain things, they are the ones who quickly get scrutinized and abused verbally because you're going like your knife.
Yes, it
You're
go
going
like a
like your
knife.
knife.
Your IP, or she for I.
Because if you ever know how she grew up, because the old also should grow up enough. They're not in the inside bathroom.
But
And
that doesn't define me. That doesn't define me as a person. Whether I grew up in an outside bathroom is what I did off it and how I came out of it.
right, and that is why I just don't like when people put people down just because they decided to elevate themselves. Because me decide to not stay in the barrel. You are cuss me about which part me I come from. You can cuss all you want. You don't know nothing about me what me don't know about myself. You are gonna tell me something me
Exactly.
did grow up outside. Me know that. I mean use have to use it. Me did have one, Girl, me did have one. I had one in the back of my yard. I don't recall using it though, but me know there was one up in the back of my yard. I guess by the time I was born, they had built an inside bathroom, which was luxury, luxury. So
Yeah, in the
though the
community
inside
I grew up
bathroom
in,
is,
my house was the only house with inside bathroom. So we had
yes, a
luxury.
luxury, luxury. So even on us, it's like you only get to bathe in the bathroom, like maybe on a Sunday or some special occasion. Other than that, out the door you bathe out the door upon the pit. We have the pit, and you pave off. You get your bath, you get
And
one
you
piece of
flash up.
block, and you
And
stand
you
on the
flash up.
block. Yes, and you
Flash up.
soap up.
Flash up.
And then the time there are some proper blue soap you bathe with. I remember growing up with Refresh, Lux, but then that teenager. But
Or
earlier,
carbolic soap
yes, Carbolic and
and
Castile.
Castile.
And then it have one something named Dirty Gal, one little
Dirty gal. Yes.
ugly looking soap.
Or little brown soap.
Yes, them that we use. You understand? So when sorry, oh, I'm gonna choke 1 minute. I'm back. Girl, me a proper choke over here. And I don't know why. Proper choke.
Yeah. And I felt like that wasn't the life I want for my child to grow up and see people living like that. So as soon as I was finished with high school, I'm out of here.
Choke. You have to, you see the words again. The power. Oh gosh. Jenny, go and talk.
Yeah, the
Um,
words that you use and your environment, your friends have a whole lot to do with you. Because you're gonna start believing it. Manifestation of whatever is being spoken will come through, whether you believe it or not. If you have a friend that
totally.
gets up every day and say, "Me can't bother ya, man. Me can't bother life, me tell a life," you're gonna feel so dragged down and drained with them.
True.
And if you realize that you're a friend that is so negative, you need to drop that friend because they're not helping you to go up. They're keeping you down with them. Because even though you don't have that mindset, eventually you're gonna start believing it.
Believe
That's
it.
how it is for real.
Yeah, they say tell yourself the same thing every day. Tell yourself a lie. Every day you start believing it is true.
Hmm.
Tell yourself a lie every day you start believing it is true. And if you can tell yourself a real lie until you start believing it is true, why not tell yourself the truth? Why
Yes, why
not tell
not tell yourself the
yourself the
truth?
truth every day? I can. I had this session where I said, I learned this this woman was talking to a set of kids, young teenagers, and she was saying she learned this lesson some time ago, where she said, instead of saying you can't, I can't do something, how about saying who can? How can I and who can? So instead of saying I can't move, I can't move the
How
chair,
can I move?
just say how can I move the chair? How can I? Maybe I can take it apart and then reassemble it. Maybe I can tie a string around it and pull it.
Hmm.
Or who can? If I can't do it, because sometimes it's not that you can't do something, but it's that you need help to do it. So if I am
Exactly.
unable to do it by myself, then who can? Maybe I can say, Daddy, you can help me move a chair, or such and such, you can help me move a chair. And you'll be
Yes,
surprised the person just take up a chair with one hand and throw it and say, my God, you could move one little chair. But it doesn't matter as long as you tried.
as
So
long
it's
as
not
you
I
try.
can't, but how can I and who can? And you'd find so many, with doing that, everything becomes like windows of opportunity because you
Oh
sit
yes,
down and you start to think about ways you can do something instead of saying that you can't do it. You just tell yourself a lie, I can't do it, instead of going, and trying to do it.
even this morning in my life, I said this. If you have something that you want to do so badly, like a dream, write it on a board, write a dream board, and every morning you get up and look at the board and tell yourself that I must have that car by 2014, or I must have that car by 2021, or I must go to college. And look at it every morning. Look yourself in the mirror every morning and say, I must do this. I can do this, and I will do this. And it will happen.
It will, and it will happen because, and it's not going to just happen because you're saying it. It's going to happen because you're saying it, you're focused on it, and then you're going to start doing things that will make it
Towards it.
happen.
Yeah,
So, say to get a car, you need to save your deposit. So eventually, you keep telling yourself this every day. You start saying, okay, instead of eating out tonight, I'm gonna put down this $30 towards my car deposit. Stuff
exactly.
like that, and you start doing things. You start doing things. I used to write a lot, Janelle. I don't know what has happened. Maybe in the last, I'm gonna say a year, maybe in the last 12 months, but I don't write as much as I used to write. I used to write everything. Like I wrote everything down
You need to start
every
doing that
morning.
again.
Yes, every morning
Because
I
then
will
you
get
start checking them off, checking them off, check them off, check them off.
oh, let me get that phone. But you can talk. Just like we talk in your life, go and talk. Yes, go and talk.
Yeah, you can check them off. If you design a checklist of your own and you check them off as you go, when you put a checklist to-do list, it will make you feel like you have to get it done in such time. Whatever limit you have. So let's say you put a checklist that paint the house by August. You're going to make every effort to get that house painted by August. If you say a checklist that you need a new car by September, you've made a checklist. And whenever dreams you have, and you write in a budget to see how much you need to save within the next 6 months to get there, to make the deposit on a car. If you find out that you need $300,000 deposit, you'd have to save within the next 6 months. You save $5,000 every single week, and within the next 6 months, you have that $300,000. So you just checklist, and then you do things in order, take step in order to get there, and you will. I promise you will. So write down in a book or a piece of paper that you have what you need to do, and do achievable ones.
Yes.
Don't do ridiculous one that you know are a stretch. Do achievable goals, like short-term goals.
To get to your bigger goals.
To get to your bigger goals.
Yeah.
Do realistic and achievable goals. And you will see how surprising how things will turn out and come full circle. Because it is a vision that you have, and you cannot let it go unseen. You cannot live your life like 5 years on the line, like I'm regrets. I'm never been with regrets. Because if you don't do these things, if you don't achieve the things you want, you will live with regrets in your life.
Yes, they say your purpose in life is to live a life of purpose.
Yes.
Can't just flow through life. Can't just flow through life. If you just flow through life. Or if you just flow through life, you cannot flow through life. God never make you as no feather for your flow through life or no cloud for your flow through life. You come here with a purpose and need to live your purpose. To live your purpose. There's so many things. You know how we read the Bible and we are so into the Bible and stuff, and they talk about every man is born with a gift. Yet so many persons go under not even knowing what their gift is. Not even diving into their gift, not even make their. The Bible also says the gift will make room for you. That means you're supposed to use a gift to, benefit yourself and the wider society. And so many persons die without even knowing what their gifts are.
Exactly. And without even achieving their goals in life. A lot of people die without achieving their goals in life.
And I think it's mainly because they tell themselves they can't. Mainly because they were so negative and they poison their own mind so much. Poison themselves so much. Like, what would you do in 24 hours if you know you were going to die? Do it now. Start doing it now. You may be able to achieve it before you die. Who knows?
And that's why a lot of people, when they get old, they get very bitter because they feel as if they didn't get to do what they want to do in life, and they become a bitter person.
Yes, and well, we just jump all over the place. But guess what? I always say, when I hear persons say that they have sacrificed and they have made certain choices because of their children, I'm always the first one to say, when your children reach 18 or 19, they will leave you and they will go on their own and live their own lives. Do not stay in unhappy, relationships or marriages. Do not say, okay, I'm not going to go to school because I have to sacrifice for my child. Listen, don't get me wrong. And now say, when you do for your child. But a lot of persons make certain choices on the foundation, say they might do it because of their kids. Yet when they reach age, then go about them business. Some of them not even look back on parents. Who are you to blame? You can't blame nobody. You can't blame nobody because you did what you did. While you're doing for your children, make sure you're doing for yourself. You don't have kids and say, oh, when me get old, they will take care of me. No, my love, it don't work. I've seen it happen.
No,
I see
that's
people
not a
have
guarantee. You know what I
Pitney
always
and
say?
not one of them take care of them.
Your kids don't owe you nothing. They don't owe you nothing. They will do it if they want to. It's not a case where they have to.
Exactly.
Because remember, you
So
got
you
trouble
have
them
to
first
make
for then there. They
yes.
didn't ask to be here.
So you have to make preparation for yourself. You have to make your own preparation. You can't just go through life and I say you're picking your pension. You know, when your
No,
children become adults, they're gonna have their own lives. They're gonna have their own woman, man, picnic, their own career, their own
exactly.
bills and expenses. They're not gonna take you on as an additional expense. You know,
No.
God bless those who do, but it's not something that you're supposed to expect that will happen.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
if they assist you, they shouldn't be the one who have to take care of you and everything. They can assist. I don't say you don't shouldn't give your parents anything, but it shouldn't be a case where you feel like you have to take care of them completely.
Yeah, it's like okay, them have me and take care of me until me are 18. And that is how most of us are in Jamaica. Once you reach 18 and on your own,
Yeah, big woman now.
yes. So between 18 and say 35, 40, I'm on my own. But by 40, my parents reach certain age, I'm responsible for them. So
Nope.
one to my other kids are me supposed to be responsible for. One to my 15-year-old who go to school, I'm supposed to be responsible for. I must take you up now. No, I'm not saying that don't give if you don't have. I'm not saying enough to give or enough to help. But I don't want it to be like I'm automatic. This the script flip. I know me responsible for you. No.
No.
You know, me they tell my mother so one time, because it's as nice as me be here, my mouth, me say things.
I know
And
you
one
have no
time,
filter. You have no filter. You have no filter, Miss Baby Data.
one time she said something to me that really caught me. And I said, I told her both face, I said, I'm not your pension. I'm not your pension. I'm not responsible for you, you know? And I think she was really hurt by it. I didn't mean to hurt her, but I meant what I said. You know, I was sorry her feelings were hurt, but I meant what I said. I wasn't sorry for saying what I said. And there was no other
Yeah,
way I could have said it, you know,
it's pretty much
because
so.
there came a point where I was responsible because I was the breadwinner now, and it became frustrating on me, I would say, because I didn't get the support I was supposed to get from her. I'm not talking about the support as a child growing up. In that
Yes.
moment, in that moment of my life, that particular moment of my life, I wasn't getting the support from her. But then she expected me to fund her and to do whatever else. And it really bothered me that, for example, I had to take my son to daycare. I had to take my son to daycare. My
And
mother
she
wasn't
wasn't doing
working.
anything. And she
She wasn't
wasn't doing
working.
anything.
And I had to take him to daycare every day. I had to get up out of my bed, make sure he's ready for wherever, drop him at. He changed daycare, babysitter, whatever. You know, sometimes professional daycare, and then him end up in a people yard.
Yes.
Yes, and my mother was home,
And she could
and
have taken care of your son for you. And she chose not
some
to.
chose not to. At night, if I wanted to go out or me just want to go down the road, fine. I will say, may I go up on the road and come back. And she would, supervise him and stuff. But in terms of daily care for him, no,
No.
no. And so I remember this young lady used to keep him, and if I got home from work, say after 6 to 7 late, she called it late. She would have called me and said, "Look here, you say when you come a morning, you bring him food. No matter even think say I come for him tonight. Once night come, she said,
It's not coming out of the house.
she's superstitious. I said, "Me can't mother fight." So
Yeah.
she was very nice, and you see, I tell you, I always remember people for the things they do. I always remember people for the things they do. And if you look at that young lady now, you would never know that she had that maternal kind of thing going for her.
Yeah.
And she'd take in my child. And sometimes for all 2 days, me not see him because me I work so late to work. And
Yeah.
she said, just carrying stuff. Sorry, and I would just bring it. So in that moment, I didn't feel the support from my mother. And so my having to know pay the bills in the house. take care of my son, pay whatever bills we have out the road, putting money in her pocket because she was still never hungry because I made sure there was food, the bills were paid. I would still
Yeah.
give her money every single month. I would give her money. And if after me give her the money to the Jenny, tomorrow she come and she say, you know, say me head hurt me and me feel like me need to go to the doctor. She not have to say that twice. I'm
You're
giving
gonna
her money
make
to
it
go to the
happen.
doctor. You understand? But I felt at that moment I had to say to her because she started to feel entitled, like she was entitled
Yes.
to a portion of my pay. And me I said, no, me not your pension. I'm not responsible for you, I'm responsible for Zane. Me never tell you to have me, you have me, and you're responsible for me until me reach 18. I started working when I was maybe 18 years old because I left high school at 16, did 1 year of community college, and then I started working at Reese's. So I was working from about 17 going on to 18. And then I started working in Otrius at 19. Yeah. So I've been working. I didn't go to school. I didn't finish community college. I only did 1 year because she couldn't afford it and I couldn't fight her. Yeah, me blame her
Yeah.
because she should have been able to afford it because she have me.
And then you
Yeah, me
send
blame her.
yourself back to college afterwards.
Yes. And then I started going to me still not done. Look here, I don't know what kind of evil upon me. Power of the words, nothing. I need to finish some schoolings that I started. And I have a few classes I need to finish. There's this one I'm doing earth science now or biology. I'm doing biology now in the course that I'm doing, and I've been stuck in biology since March.
Oh.
Primarily because I am just, and this is not a lie I tell myself, it's just reality. I'm just not interested in biology. It's not something that piques my interest. Like, we just not interested. You know, you have different things that you're really interested in and you want to learn.
Yes.
Bio is not one of them for me.
Well, and you know, I'm
It's
funny
just
enough,
not.
I'm a biohead. I love biology.
Girl,
I will
I
teach
wonder if you
biology
want to do
from
the
now till
course to me.
tomorrow.
Well, maybe you will have to do that course to me because I'm just, and because of that, I've been stuck. But I need to finish by October, which means I cannot be stuck anymore. I have to move past my lack of interest for the subject and finish it because so far I have probably gone to about 3 schools that I never finished. I just never finished them. We just always start and then start with something else. And somebody told me, last year when I started this school, somebody said, you continue to waste your money and waste your time. You never finish anything yet. And I decided I'm going to prove that somebody wrong.
You have to
I said,
finish it. You have to finish it.
I'm going to finish.
You know, I
I'm going to
have
finish.
that
And it has to be
that
finished
thing
by
about me
October.
where I easily bored, and after a while I just can't bother. I'm bored by something easily.
And then I can't choose my subjects for this core, this thing. I can't choose my subjects. So
Yeah,
I feel
because it come
like,
with a certain subject.
yeah, I have to do this, then I have to do that one, then I have to do, like, let me do what's easier for me, get over those things, then, attempt the intermediary and then go. No, them
Mhm.
give you, like, I love English, so I would do a course in English, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do it now 1 week. Next thing you know, Earth science come up. Like, I don't care about the dinosaurs, I don't care about the eons, I don't care about the ages, I don't
And
care about.
I'm fascinated by those stuff.
I'm not. And I wish school would only give you whatever you're interested in. I wish school was cute like that. Like, you get the
Some
subject that you
topics,
want.
some feel come with some subjects in it, so you have to do
Every
them. It's like they're
field,
compulsory.
every field come with some ridiculous compulsory subjects when I have nothing to do with what you do. Every single. If you study in medicine, they start teaching how much different algebra and sitting about maths and stuff. Like, who cares? Basic math is fine. You just need to be able to add, subtract, multiply, divide. But
Yes.
no, you need Pythagoras' theorem, you need the square root of this and that equal.
And you know, mathematical problems can be very, you can feel like it's, oh my gosh, it's something else. It's crazy.
I never liked math. Is that a lie I told myself? Yes, it is, because I eventually did well after I realized I had to do
If
it.
you put your mind to it and tell yourself that I will do it, you will be able to do it. Just like biology,
It
if you
eventually
set your
happened.
mind and convince yourself and I'm determined that, listen, I'm going to do this, it will
I have to.
happen.
And I think I may have gone maybe 3 chapters. There are about 8 chapters. And if I read 3 chapters in March, I'm going to have to go read them over again. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to remember them something there because I'm not interested. You know what though? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. So I don't care about earth science. I really don't. But I was learning about the Jurassic period and all of these things, the dinosaurs, and it's like they were telling me how different periods, different animals evolve and then die out and then come back and whatever, and at what point humans came into existence and all of these things. So yesterday I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook and somebody made a post, and guess what I did?
But you did.
I went back into my earth science knowledge. I went back into my earth science knowledge and was able to, I would say, command a conversation based on the knowledge I had of earth science. And I'm
Exactly.
like,
So if you
but
apply
then again,
yourself in earth science, you will excel at it.
hold on, let me go take this call.
So guys, it goes back to say, like I said, if you tell yourself you can't do something, the power of the word. It's the same thing we're talking about. If you tell yourself that you can't do something, you're gonna start believing it. But if you tell yourself that I must get it done, it will happen. The
The
power of the
certain
word.
power of the word, you know? And even as children, sometimes we, or parents, or church brothers and sisters, or pastors, or siblings, they say
Tell
things to
us some
us and
things in when you're
they
growing up.
don't understand how badly they affect us. Because
Yes.
you have to know how something affects you. And the other night I was talking about the snails and how they
Yes.
affected me, as a child. And then, my cousin's not on tonight, or my sister. I've never seen her on my life, but that's okay. But sometimes, as a child, most people call me Blackie. I'm black, right? So most persons would call me Blackie. And even though they didn't mean anything by it, even though they didn't mean anything by it, I know how much they don't know how much it affected me. You understand? Oh,
I don't know what happened.
yeah, I figured. So I was trying to talk to keep it going while finding you back. So as a child, they would call me, everybody call me Blackie. Blackie, Blackie Tutus, Toots, Putus, Black Girl, all these things. And I don't think for a moment they felt like it was anything derogatory or, you know, unkind. I don't
And I
feel
don't know
for a
what they
moment.
did for people emotionally when they do these things.
Right. And this is something I know I'm going to talk to different people about when I see them physically, because I only got some sort of peace from this because when I started studying, like maybe in January, I had an essay to do, and I um, did the essay based on that experience I had, and that essay also took me about a month and a half to complete because I couldn't allow myself to write the things I wanted to write. But at the end of the day, when I finished, it made me like heal then. I
Yes.
healed because I realized that they didn't know what they were doing, but it doesn't change the fact that they did it. And it's the same thing happening nowadays, with different situations. Persons say things and they do things and they don't have any ill intent. But at the end of the day, the fact is that the result, the
Of the
effect
word.
is wrong. It's bad for the person. So
Because
when
it
you,
makes some persons have self-confidence, make it feel like it's a bad thing to be black.
yes,
And I'm an outcast because I'm black.
that's how I felt. That is how I felt when I had persons telling me how beautiful I was because you're so black and beautiful. I'm like, what the hell you know? Every day them tell me, oh, me black. And
Yeah.
one of the first things people do when they cuss, you're black and ugly, like you're black like tar, your favor tar pot, your favor
Yes.
road
They use
bottom, your favor
that's a
shoes
thing
bottom.
Jamaican used to cuss you about. And I don't know why
Right.
our own color was such an issue.
I
Being black
got
was
a
such
lot
a
of
bad
that.
thing.
I got a lot of that as a child, you know? So it really affected my psyche. Let me tell you something. I don't know how me strong so. God really made me a different kind. For all the things I went through as a child, and like I'm saying, I don't hold anybody like at ransom
Accountable
feet
for it.
because I know them don't know. Them just a joke. Blackie, I'm black, come here, Blackie. I come here put us I mean I go because but deep down it was so wrong to be black. Deep down it was so wrong to be black. When I was going to primary school and you asked me what I wanted to be, I wanted to be a flight air hostess. Me used to say that is the name. Me don't want to be an air hostess. And you know, I learned that air hostess not have your color. Them supposed to brown. Them ears supposed to long. Yeah, and them
Excuse
wearing
me.
lipstick.
So it make you feel like you
Yeah.
weren't good enough to be a flight
So
attendant.
it can't be that. And then the recommendation is why don't you just become a teacher? So it's like, oh, teachers are black. And then the flight attendants
Oh,
are high colored. Nobody said become a doctor either. Why not become a teacher? It's like teacher was like this the bottom of the barrel profession.
yes.
That's how they made me feel. In no way is it the bottom of the barrel.
Like
I can tell you
with
that.
your color, you're only good enough to be a teacher.
Be a teacher. Just go into the classroom. Just become a teacher. Until I started, every time you ask me what I wanted to become, I want to become a teacher. Because that rivet in me now say,
Like the power
you
of
know,
the word, because they put it in your
yes,
mind so much you start believing it.
yes, teacher I want to become. So much so that even the degree I started in Jamaica is a teaching degree. It is a teaching degree. Up until that age, I still had not embraced my black. And even though I was out there, and when I started doing my degree, I was working in the bank, which me said before. One woman kindly tell me, say, the likes of me would not be caught in the bank as far as she's concerned. Me too black. Me not have the right color here
That's
or the
what they
right
were
color
led
skin,
to believe. And
right?
Jamaicans are saying that black people are preaching about racism. And we same black people put down our own people because we are black.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let me move. Hold on.
It's the same thing happen as when they grow up with a mother and say, see, you're gonna walk like your father.
Like
You're
your
good for
pop.
nothing like your father. You're
And look
led
what
to
happened. They
believe that you're
always
okay.
come. Yes.
You-
And the kids,
You're gonna be
most time they
worthless.
come just like that, worthless, like them papa. Because that then tell themselves that then,
Power of the
and
word.
when these persons of you don't call them importance to you, because my mother important to me, but they don't. And then my father would have important to me too. You understand? So when you have these persons who you think they have your best interest at heart and they're telling you you're going to be worthless, then it's like you have no other choice but to become worthless.
Exactly. Go and say, yeah, them big like a toad. You start feel like you're not pretty.
I'm telling you, I've had it, I've lived it, you know. We go a good school, and even though the school had mixed in terms of your color, duh, but you still felt cheated because you
Yes.
were not as light as the others. And to compound that, if you never have the money, which me never did have, then you're even worse cheated. You keep going down to the bottom of the barrel for every strike against you. You
Yeah.
understand? So power. I remember this lady, Sister Jones, Jones Gordon Church. She was one woman who, every time she saw me, she would, I don't know what she knew that I didn't know, but she would always say, Alma, you are so beautiful. I just love your black. It's so cool. She
Your black is
always said,
pretty.
don't ever change this color of your skin. I didn't even know that skin was possible to change. I mean, I talk about from me about 12, 13 years old, how much
That
years that
time
now. So
bleaching wasn't so dominant in our society.
me never even know it did something did go so. You understand? I didn't even know bleaching existed. But she would,
Back then,
me did
nobody
almost
used to bleach their
10.
skin like now.
Except, and she always told me, you're so beautiful. I love the color of your skin. You're so cool. I mean, sometimes I used to go and say, me cool. They look how me black every day. Them I tell me I'm black. I'm black always coming ugly. You're black and ugly, like
Black and ugly.
always black and ugly.
And
Hey,
all time
Leander,
people used to say,
darling,
anything too black, no good.
you're good.
They
Black
used
and
to
ugly,
say
like,
that,
and all of
and
this.
you resonate in their mind, make you feel like, okay, anything too black, no
You're
good.
not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not good
And
enough.
that's
And
a lie from the
from the
pit
pit
of
of
hell.
hell. hmm So it's just me, just like you telling yourself you have to move beyond certain things. I had to tell myself I will not grow in this situation and remain in this situation. And so I moved. I made book book my best friend. Books became my best friend. I was reading at an
Yes.
early age. May I,
And it inspire you and make you feel better about
yes,
yourself.
participate in the church. May I do everything where me other white, me other cool, light skinned people never had do, because guess what? I had to focus, because I said the only way for me to change is to become educated and to move away from, what was. Thank you, Leander. Black and beautiful. Yes, black and beautiful it is. Black and beautiful it really is. But the damage that we do to ourselves and that we do to others, when
We
that's
don't
the
know what
word,
we're doing.
yeah, when it comes from your mouth, man, when it come, and sometimes some people in a some low situation, and then for buck upon you, what just tell them say something worse.
And
It
that's
makes it
why
worse.
And that's the reason why a lot of kids leave home and they don't turn back to their parents afterwards. And they say, boy, imagine me grow a boy and he not even give him mother water or sugar for drink. But she don't know what she did to him as a child growing up, that he
Mm-hmm.
felt like he had to resent her for it.
It's
Because sometimes
that
she tell him, say, you go done like your father. You're good for
now
nothing.
come to nothing.
You're workless, you see, you can't do nothing
Mm-hmm.
good.
Man, don't kill
And
up on the road. You a turn gunman. You go do this. You go do that.
and it scarred that little boy. So even when he grew up and he go overseas, and the mother feel like he holds her to take care of her and he doesn't take care. Boy, imagine the boy ungrateful, but she don't know what she did to him, why he doesn't pay her
That's why
any mind.
I don't join in the narrative, like when people are talking about, I am mother already. I done your mother already. No, I'm never that person to say I done your mother already. I done your father already. Mm-mm. Me don't know what done what
People
them
have
do to each other.
choices. People have choices, and they
Me
know
don't
why
know
they
what
do
them
what
do
they
to each
do.
other. Exactly. I have a father. I have a father. And the things that make you change your mind from somebody, it depends on you and how it affects you. And my dad, live at Kingston. Every holiday we just jump on a bus, we got our father. And we used to do that very often. And when I was in grade 10, things started to change. And I felt like, I don't know, things started to change. I don't know if I the woman, I don't know if I the man, I don't know who, but things just started to change. And I was out of school one time for half of a school term, a whole half of a
Wow.
school term, because my mom couldn't afford the school fee. And she sent me to Kingston to get it from my dad. So, me, I go this Saturday if you come back this Sunday because school is Monday morning.
Yeah.
Me not carry the clothes. Me just carry the clothes for the 2 days. And I was in Kingston for half of a school term.
He didn't get the money to go back to school.
Half of a school term, I did not get to go back to school. And again, I tell you about people who make different impacts. This teacher, she apparently, and she's just my PE teacher. She was just a PE teacher, but also attended my church. And she get through to my mother like, why am I not seeing Alma at school? And my mom obviously told her what the situation was, and she said, tell her to come. And that lady paid my school fee. And
And
she
that's
paid my
very
school
good.
fee, and she told my mom, pay me back when you have it. I came back to St. Anne with half of the school fee. I believe it was like $8,000. And I came back with four. I did it after one term. The school fee
I
I
only
gave
get
me
4.
half. So that means I'm not give the first half because I'm not there at school anyway. So he only give me half of the money. I'm gonna go down, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give my mom. She gave it to the lady, and then I don't know how long she, repaid the woman the money. But I have never forgotten that.
And you
Never
can never forget.
forgotten. And you know what is worse? What he said to me? Why you choose that the expensive school to go? Why you choose that expensive school to go? And that material, it just hurt me because I went to a traditional high school. I don't know if you know Westwood. You
But
know Westwood? I
yeah,
went
but
to
remember
Westwood
Westwood
High.
is a private high school, so you have
So
to
I went
pay
to
the
Westwood
school
High,
fees.
and I said I didn't. You're asking why I choose the school like me just get up and say no, so me I go Westwood. I said I worked for it. I worked hard and I got good grades and I ended up at Westwood. That's why I chose that school. You know? And who wouldn't want to choose the best school?
For their
Yes, yeah,
child.
God bless her soul every day, me tell you. And I went to the school and him say, why I choose the school? I go to school, I come back a country and I start go to school. Before I came back, I said to Mommy, me know you work hard and me know you don't have the money. I'm in grade 10. I've cemented, my foundation in school. I said, let me go
Yeah.
to the comprehensive school. At the time, it was still called a comprehensive school. Mr. Let me go to comprehensive school, you know, have to pay no school fee, either right away the yard gate, and stuff like that. And, it wouldn't matter. But my mother said before she made me go at a school there, she rather burn off her front. Let me explain why she said that. She used to cook in the primary school. So she
Yes.
was cooking. So say if you cook it, turn up at the stove, your whole
It's a
area
bunny off.
they get
Bunny off.
heat. So she said she rather burn off her front than to make me go to school. Even though I was saying, me have my foundation, I'm disciplined enough and I can go. She said no. And she did everything for me to go to finish Westwood High. I
And
graduated,
that's
I got four invitations. Four invitations they give for each student to invite whomever to the graduation. I invited the JP who lived topside my house. I invited Mrs. Gordon, Jones Gordon, the same woman from church who always tell me, "Oh, my black and beautiful." The mother was one of them, and the fourth one just go blank. I didn't even tell my father I was graduating.
because he didn't
I
believe in you going to that school, he didn't support
I didn't
you.
even know me graduate and even know say me even take CXC. You know how I know? When I sent my sister my graduation picture, she gave it to him. Me go up there after a long time because I refused to go back there. And me see in
Yes.
a dresser. If me couldn't tell him say me a graduate and invite him. Say no. I said me don't know why me choose that expensive school left to go. And me face the long me see me face me being I
And
never
you were
miss words.
always this person back then that
Yes,
you are now. We're gonna tell you
never
straight to your
miss
face.
words.
No filter.
When my sister them want anything, I mean then come to. You can't tell daddy this or you can't tell mommy this. Me just go bold face and just talk and me just go
Tell
about my
them.
business. Yeah. So I never forgot that. And parents need to until now, I don't do anything extra for him. I don't do anything extra for my father. Nothing. No Father's Day greeting, no birthday, nothing extra for him. Nothing. And nobody can tell me, oh, I done your father already. You must forgive and forget. You don't tell me what to do.
No. Everybody know
You
what they
do not
went
tell me
through
what to
and
do.
how you were scarred by that person.
Don't tell me what to do because me not forget. Me not hold him up in my heart where him
You
need
forgive it, but you
forgiveness.
just don't forget what he
Yeah,
did.
but me not forget. I me remember all the time. But you see, if somebody should call me and say he's in need of something, I will help him. But for
Which
me
is
to
rightfully, which is right,
like
which
the
is
other
you.
day,
You're gonna help.
yeah,
You're
he got
that
a
person with
stroke.
that heart.
He got a stroke and him and whatever. And I bought this thing on Amazon and I shipped it from here to Jamaica. Pay how much money? Him go collect it. Him collect it 5 o'clock and 5:05. Them take it from him. You understand? I paid good money for it. He didn't call me. He called my sister to tell my sister about what happened, and she called me because apparently he was afraid. So when she called me and she told me about it, I said, no worries. I went, I'm talking to her on the phone, and I got on my phone same way, and I just reorder the item. Same money,
Yeah.
same process for shipping and everything. When he eventually got the courage to tell me about it, it was already in Jamaica. And I said to him, okay, I'm not going to send it to that person for it to be delivered because I wouldn't want the same thing to happen. Go to this person instead. And he went and he picked it up. And he must have said thank you, because if he didn't, this would be a different conversation. Because if you don't tell me thanks, me cut you off. So he must have
Yes.
said thank you, and that's it. No more communication between me and him. None. None. I've seen where he's asked for money. Him asking my sister to ask me. I said, me no bite. Me no bite. Him don't even have a number for me. But not hearing me dirty laundry. I'm just saying, persons are affected differently by what other people do to them.
And you shouldn't
And I
judge them
will not
because of
tell
that.
anybody to go talk to them mother or go talk to them
You cannot
father
force them
or go
to
talk to their
accept that
sister or their
person.
brother just because your sister already. No, blood no mean family, and family no mean blood.
And they know what they were doing. They're
Yes,
cognizant of what they're doing, and they're cognizant of the effects of it.
then
So
quite
why
no.
should I pardon you for it?
Then quite no. Hmm? Hold on.
So Alma, I'll be going, but I'll leave you on this note because my phone battery is dying. What you put in is what you get out. They always say on Jamaican proverbs, you can't sow corn or reap peas. What it means is that you can't put in water and expect to get food out of the barrel.
Oh, listen name Jesus. I work
So
very close.
if you want positive to happen, tell yourself positive stuff. The power of
Yeah.
the word is very powerful. And the universe is real. What you feed it is what it gives back.
So true. I really appreciate you coming on here today, girl. Appreciate
Thank
the
you very
love.
much for having
Appreciate
me,
the.
Miss Baby Data.
I hope you'll be coming on more often.
Of course, we'll do this.
Yes, we need to reach the world. We have things to
Oh,
do. We
yes.
have people who want to hear what we have to say, because persons, believe it or not, persons are really depressed. Persons are down. Persons are looking for somebody to uplift them, to be positive. Just to encourage them. Sometimes you never know when somebody just come on and then hear something where, wow, and that's a perspective I never looked at. So
Yes.
I really appreciate you coming on. Trust me.
And thank you for
Trust me.
having me too.
You're welcome, darling.
All right. Take
All
care.
right, you. Okay, so we had Janelle. Janelle is a friend of mine, and Janelle and I met, I would say about 2015, um, when we were a part of a marketing company called Vacation. Not advertising for vacation, because I don't even think they exist anymore. But it was a fun new friendship, a fun new family. And I do believe Janelle and Jody are two products of that um, company that I have held dear to my heart ever since then. So Jody and I and Janelle, I lost touch with Janelle, but we kept in touch on Facebook and stuff, but we lost direct touch for a while, but it's good to have her back. But yes, Leander, you and I know that you are that one. Yes, guys, Leander, she's on my life right now, and Leander is that friend, that sister, that after, let me, well, too many mixed up things, but the last time I saw Leander was 2019 May. We went out for her birthday. We went out before that and got my nose pierced. Remember, Leander? Got my little nose pierced. We went together. Yes. And then after that was her birthday, and we went out for her birthday. And I've never seen Leander since then. Well, I didn't see her since then until a week ago. So that's over a year. But we talked on the phone. We communicated. We WhatsApp. We see each other, video call and stuff. And Leona is that person. I don't know. She she's kind of like me, but much better than me in this particular instance where you don't talk to her for a whole year, it doesn't matter. You don't see her for a whole year, it doesn't matter. When I talk to her tomorrow, it's like nothing happened. She wanted to remind you, say, it's, it's over here, we don't talk, you know? But Leander is that person, and I appreciate your friendship, Leander. I can always call on you, and you can always call on me too. And she's from St. Lucia, guys, so there's a difference in culture and tradition, and she's always happy to share her culture with me and her traditions. And she's also happy to learn my culture and traditions. And we went to St. Lucia together. Yes, we went to St. Lucia together. Then the other night, I had a session and I was talking about the snails, the African snails that you have back there, and how scared I was to go into the souffle and into the forest because of the snails. Yes, so I'm afraid of snail bad. Oh, nobody who know me, not really. I watch that one here. I don't want to be stranger watching because we don't want nobody to come perplexed with no snail come we hurt you. Yeah. But me not hurt you, I'm just joking. So thank you so much, Leander, for always being there for me. I really appreciate the friendship, the sisterhood, and I appreciate your kindness. I appreciate your kindness towards me and towards persons you don't even know. You're always helping. You're always stretching forth. I've never been to her house, guys, and leave empty-handed. If I even go there with 10 bags, me I come back with 15. That's Leander, and I always go in the extra mile to make sure I'm well fed and eating some bouillon or some stew. Yeah, I like the chicken back stew a lot. So yeah. So we were talking about some of the things that we tell ourselves, some of the lies we tell ourselves, things that we can't do and why we can't do it, and we're not strong enough, we're not brown enough, we're not white enough, we're not bold enough, we're not brave enough, I'm not confident enough, I don't have this, I don't have that. But I read in the book the other day, it says, I am more than I appear to be. All the strength and power of the world rests in me. So all the things you're telling yourself you are not, you can't do, all the negative things, it's all a lie. Because if the power of the world and all the strength of the world is inside of you, who are you to tell yourself you can't do something? You can always do it. You can do it and you can do much more, right? So stop telling yourself that you can't do something because you can do whatever you put your mind to. If you can think it, you can do it. I have so many ideas running up and down in my head, and the more I think about them is the more I'm giving life to them. Yeah, the egg of farmers so up in my mind about them. So them soon come to life. That's how powerful the mind is, right? So what are some of the things you heard as a child, that affects you now? Me did just too black. I can't become a flight attendant because I'm too black. Me just become a teacher because you're black. Me, nothing black no good. Black it was black like tar, all of these things. Black was the greatest weapon for me as a black person living in a black nation. Black was the greatest weapon against me. Yeah. And as a child, I did not know how to decipher, you know, the fact that the persons who were saying it were not saying it with ill intent. Well, some of them, I hope, were not saying it with ill intent. Others were saying it with ill intent because they knew as soon as they tell somebody to them black and ugly or them black like tar, it meant the person would become emotionally drained and start crying. They wanted to see me cry. And sometimes I cried. So those persons were doing it mischievously. You understand? They wanted things to happen. So, you know, kiss me back. Okay, so what are some of the things that you can do to uplift yourself and maintain a positive outlook on life? What are the books that you're reading? What movies are you watching? What conversations are you having? If you find that you're having conversations that are not positive, conversations that just make you feel heavy, weighed down, like, yeah, you're shackled, you're enslaved, move away from those conversations. Who says you have to stay? Your mental space should be so important. You should always want to have it clean, want to have it sanitized. wear mask around your mental space, because some people who are coming at you in your mental space, they mean you no good. And again, some of the times it's not that they intentionally mean you no good, but they mean themselves no good. They're so negative, they don't know that they're negative, but you know better. You do know better. When you have to feel heavy and burdened down by a conversation, by a relationship, by a friendship, by a job, by a home situation or whatever it is, when you start to feel burdened down by these things, you know it's time to move away. No, you have to be radical, and you have to think about what you do, but it doesn't change the fact that you need to move away in order to better clear out your mental space, clean out the closet in your real estate of your mental mind, your mental your mental real estate. Clean out your mental real estate. Throw away dirty thoughts, things that used to happen to you as a child in your maybe a couple of years ago, maybe yesterday. Try not to relive them. Continue to relive them, and continue to tell yourself all the things that were negative. Just a moment.